class setup video. The first one, if you're interested, is about Fortnite class setups and how you want to play it. Now this one is on Modern Warfare or Call of Duty class setup and how you decide to play it. So there's the main things that you really need to know, especially with this Call of Duty. Recoil plays a huge part in this. If you can't just throw on one of your favorite things and make sure it's, and because it looks cool. So when you look at the muzzle breaking out, of course, when you leveling up a gun, it really, you can't really control it. If you have an opportunity to have a muzzle, put it on. Don't be like, oh well, it cancels out everything else. You can if you want to, but so this one is really good recoil stabilization, but aiming on sight speed and aiming stability is really what gets it. So me being able to control my recoil and my overall reticle, I think it's called, while aiming is hard, and me bringing my gun up is hard. So this will precision sight picture aim down sight speed. So I have 2 aim down sight speed. So it seems like this gun's a pretty slow gun. But then this aim stability. So we got that, and recoil stabilization. So the underbarrel really does cancel out a lot of that, except this aim down sight speed. Now, depending on what type of way you like to play, of course, you got your main guns. But don't just do the first one that looks cool. I could do this one, but it's a fully automatic 9mm submachine gun. When I hear the word 9mm, I automatically think this thing's gonna have a lot of ammo that gets wasted. Like maybe each bullet does like a couple health. A perfect balance of stability, mobility, and lethality. So that's just a sum up of the gun. And so you kind of have to go in depth with your guns, decide what playstyle you really want, and choose one. So I like snipers, but snipers in this game, when you don't level them up enough, they do get a little irritating. But marksman rifles, I feel like, are a really good combination of everything you can have on your gun. Well, sorry, everything you can have on other Call of Duties. So let's say you want a shotgun. Don't just this one I do have, yes, but this one also is a really good shotgun. But this one I don't like. So it's really about personal preference and which one will suit you. And if you look at the bottom of my screen or your screen, depending on which way you view it, accuracy is really bad. Damage, it's okay. I won't say it's good though. Its range is pretty sucky, but same with a lot of these shotguns besides. But this is, of course, compared to the shotgun that you equipped. Now the fire rate is slightly better than the 725. It has better mobility. You can move faster with it, and it has more control. Now this, same thing, except this has a better fire rate. So I would go with this, but I do like this a little bit better. Now, for sakes of doing this, I'm actually going to do this gun. To see what it's like. Alright, so we're gonna do a gunfight 1v1. Now, I am gonna do a team deathmatch, but for right now, let's just see how I can do. So we're in Docks. Docks is actually my favorite map. I know my way around it actually super well. So and I'll kind of have a live commentary for people who really want it. I know we don't get that many views, but if someone really wants it, just leave a like, and I will do another commentary of what I'm really thinking during that moment. Because I'm not going to say I'm a good player, but I haven't played for a while, so experience is like the best. Well, yeah, experience is the best thing ever. It's the overall thing. So I can tell he's aiming at my head too. Now this is the same gun that has the slow recoil speed. I actually hate this sight. But this pistol, so he's gonna be coming from this side, from the other side. Okay. Oh, I thought he was gonna keep on going. That was bad judgment by myself. No, I could have crouched behind that barrel. Ooh, it has burst fire. Okay, so what I'm really thinking is he can't, I can see him if he comes out of the other side. So I'm just gonna hug this corner because it's gonna be hard to see me. Alright, so I think this is a submachine gun, so I'm just gonna push slightly. Ooh. So I made a common mistake of not moving while you're shooting. Now, of course, it is super hard to shoot someone who's peeking a corner like that, but you gotta keep moving while you're shooting. So I'm just gonna actually push this right here. See, what that did was, what we were doing was, we were going back and forth, right? We were just hanging back by our spawns and camping and looking for each other. So what I did, I broke that, right? So I broke it by pushing. So, alright, so he's pushing right now. Alright, so I don't think he knew where I was. I think he thought I was gonna push from, I was gonna go under the bridge by where he spawned, so he was gonna catch me off my spawn. But what I did was I actually pushed. So right now I'm gonna push right here. He probably saw me, right? Yeah, he did. So I'm gonna do right now. Yeah. So what I did was I was like, okay, so I think he saw me. Because now we're kind of looking, one person stands by, sees another person move, and then we kind of go over there. So he saw me, he only pushed through this brick. Okay, hit marker. I already have the advantage, but if I push under right here, yeah, so what happened was I was chasing him, and then I realized he left the building, right? So now I have full control right now. So I decided I'm gonna take control of this building right now, and so then I heard him. Okay, so he's at my side. If he hasn't, oh no, he hasn't moved. He's going brick. That was actually a really, yeah, if I didn't stay there, I would have gotten caught off guard. Although I probably would have pushed that upper window and saw him and then crossfired. But what happened was, I saw him, he got a couple shots off me. Now, in a gunfight, you can't really, you actually can't heal. So, I knew that I need to get a couple shots off of him. So, what I was doing was, I wanted to equal up the playing field, right? So what I did was, what's the gun that I need to? Oh, perk. Okay. Ooh, cold-blooded. But I knew that I needed to level up the playing field. So if we get in that close quarters battle, we'd be roughly at the same health, right? So I was waiting for him to move, but then I saw him go behind his sheet. So what I did was I followed him, and I saw him turn. Now, I just know when someone turns by the shift of their little tiny body. But if you're a noob, or not noob, but if you're new to the Call of Duty franchise, you might not be able to see it. So what basically happens is, instead of going in an axis, he stops, and then he kind of goes a little tiny direction a little bit. That's when you know he turned. So he'll stop, turn a little, look like he's going to backwards or something. So I saw that, so I started shooting, right? But then he started shooting me. Now, I thankfully outgunned him, but I don't know what I really would have done if I couldn't. I don't know how I outgunned him, but I did, thankfully. Now, if we were both relatively low, I probably would have pushed up on that brick building. Because I knew if I was going to push up probably where we kept on engaging, like that building with the dock and like the tin type of thing instead of the brick building, I knew if I pushed there, he'd see me because he was looking that way. But if I can sprint and slide, maybe the barrier that I hopped up on in the 5th round could have covered me, so I could have popped up on that top window of brick and shot him. I don't know what's the delay here. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do, first when you're picking your class, you gotta pick a playstyle. What do you want to do? Oh, please say it. Oh, I'm playing Infection. Sorry, that was actually on my bad. Right. So, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly play this and show you how to guard, I guess, play some defense. So, really, this isn't really a good demonstration. Alright, so, but, cause people run at you with knives. But, okay, so one died right over here. So I know this. Right under me. You can't be too safe. That's basically it. Especially when you're trying to. Okay, I see one. He sees. I'm terrible with these guns. Yep. That's fine though. So, basically what I should have done was I should have backed off. I shouldn't start shooting because I knew I had a bad angle. I should have kept shooting. So when I backed off, got myself together. Oh, I should have brought out my knife earlier. But then if I would have shot again, I would have recollected myself. Now, if you're trying to play offense with this, the best thing that you can do is slide. Like, I'm not kidding. The best thing that you can possibly do is slide. I was about to say throw a stun because this dude just said throw a stun. But because if you think about it, if you're trying to shoot someone and they're running at you and they slide and they hit you, that slide is now you're looking up and now you can hit them better. But now what they're doing is you're used to looking at, let's say, this computer screen, and then as he's sliding, now you're slowly following him, but your eyes are still on that computer screen. And then about here, now your eyes go to the person. And so as you start shooting, he's already right here. And so then already you're dead. Now sometimes instead of having also, holding a flare in your hand obviously is a B strategy because it just messes with their night vision. I'm surprised no one's up here. And there's 4 people left. See? But if you really think about it, if that doesn't work, just get them next time. Like, sometimes the best tactics just don't work, and you can't do anything. Oh, night vision off.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Night vision back on. I'm gonna fall actually back down. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. But yeah, there's 2 more. It's really frustrating when they just camp. I thought that was a person at first. I was like, oh, lordy. This must actually be super scary for the people that are trying to survive this.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Nice. Alright. Enemies defeated. Alright. So, I think since it's a Sunday night, I might have to end the stream here. I'll probably have one in the next week or so. Or Carson will, or Cooper will, or Taven will. But for right now, adios. Keep the hustle going.